I think we just need to do this new step, and then this isn't very convincing, is it? All these ums and ahs, and of course we all have them every now and then. It's normal. We got so used to using and ah, and it's so easy to say just don't use them. But it's not easy when we have been using them for so long. So how can we get rid of them in a more sustainable fashion? The first question we need to ask ourselves is, why are we using them in the first place? And the reason is that we're thinking what comes next, and also we're afraid of silence. So what we can do instead is to replace the ahs and ums with something else. But then what is it? We can replace it with a pause. So instead of the ah, the we just pause. Do you feel the power of the pause? Do you see what happens in your mind, in your body, when I just stay silent? It also gives you the opportunity to think, to reflect on what I've said, and to understand how it makes sense in your own life. How you can apply the lessons in your own professional life. And that's why a pause is so powerful. And the strange thing is, if we listen to orchestral music, then it all builds up to this big crescendo. And then there's a silence. And silence is one of the most important notes in music. And even though it's so important, with our own instrument, our voice, we barely use it. And we don't use it in the right way. So in your next presentations, in your next conversations, in your next meetings, try to understand, try to recognize when you say ah, when you say and try to replace it with a pause instead.